If you are feeling overwhelmed by the constant pressures of life, it's time to take a step back and realize that many of the things we stress about today won't even matter in a decade. From material possessions to trivial. We all have that friend from high school or college who we see out of obligation. Perhaps an ex-colleague with whom you have nothing in common. It's okay to cut ties with people who no longer serve you. Consider what they add to your life and whether you enjoy spending time with them. Just because they are a part of your history doesn't mean they have to be a part of your future. Many of us are people pleasers and find it difficult to say no. Whether at work or with a close friend, constantly agreeing to do things you don't want to do is not good for your mental health, nor will it benefit you in 10 years. When you're asked to take on a task, consider how much effort it will require and whether you really should be doing it at all. You may feel obligated to attend a birthday party or a wedding, but if you're worn out, stressed, or lack the funds, it's absolutely okay to say no. We tend to see ourselves reflected in the opinions of others, but what would happen if you simply stopped caring about what other people think? Imagine the freedom. You are accountable to one person only, and that's you. What car you drive, the job you have, or what clothes you wear is no one else's business. Also, remember that other people's opinions result from their upbringing and worldview. Their opinions reflect themselves and have nothing to do with you. If you have great ideas but are always scared of how others may react if you put yourself out there, welcome to the club. Most of us fail to follow through with ideas because we simply worry about looking silly. But imagine starting that YouTube channel. Imagine taking that dance class or starting that food blog you always wanted. And then imagine where you could be in 10 years. Everyone must start at zero, and mistakes will be made along the way. Go for it, and even if you look silly now, you'll be so proud of yourself when you look back at what you've achieved. We live in a day and age where likes and follows seem to matter more than ever. It's very easy to lead a pretend life online, sharing only the good stuff, the fantastic holidays, and the lovely family photos. Ensure that you are living an authentic life and not projecting an image you can't keep up with. The most important like is the one you give yourself. How often have we heard rich people tell us that money doesn't make you happy? Easy for them to say, right? But it is, in fact, true. Material possessions may fill a void for a week or a month, but you'll soon discover that the real void cannot be filled with things. A study by Daniel Kahneman revealed that an annual salary of $75,000 is the point at which emotional well-being stagnates. This means that those earning above $75,000 experience no greater happiness than those earning $75,000, something to consider. Here's the thing. 10 years will pass, regardless of what you do. So you can grasp the opportunity and see where it may lead you or be in the same spot in 10 years. Think of it like this. You're 45, but want to change careers. However, you're worried you're too old, and starting over seems too big of a risk. But imagine if you took a chance. In 10 years' time, you could be 55, working a dream job. You'd only be 55. It is never too late to become the person you really want to be. The world is filled with traps, senses, and algorithms to provide instant gratification. Netflix is available at our fingertips, and world news is just a click away. If you want to make serious changes in your life, forgo instant gratification. Work on yourself, go to the gym and start that business. 1 hour a day may be all it takes to change your life completely. In 10 years, you'll thank yourself for looking at the big picture. Okay, so you got drunk at the party or said something foolish. We've all been there. But most often, other people don't care, and they'll have forgotten about your mishap almost immediately. Do you want to know why? Because people are too busy living their own lives. They don't have the headspace to think about your embarrassing moments, so why should you give it any thought? In 10 years, it'll simply be a funny story to tell. It's easy to get involved in petty arguments and to hold a grudge. But how does it serve you? Holding on to resentment will only negatively impact your life moving forward. In 10 years, you'll most likely have forgotten what the argument was about, and you'll regret not resolving it when you could. Be willing to listen, agree to disagree, and don't let petty arguments linger.